Understanding domestic abuse. The purpose of this info animation is to help you better understand domestic abuse and where you can get help for yourself or someone else. This is a house. It can be any house in any community. Anyone can be a victim of domestic abuse, regardless of gender, age, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, sexuality, or background. According to the latest Office for National Statistics data, over 20% of adults have experienced domestic abuse since the age of 16. That's over 2.3 million adults in the last year alone. Domestic abuse is typically a gendered issue affecting 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men during their lifetime. The Domestic Abuse Act created the first ever cross-government definition of domestic abuse, defining domestic abuse as any incident or pattern of incidents of controlling, coercive, threatening behaviour, violence or abuse between those aged 16 or over who are or have been intimate partners or family members regardless of gender or sexuality. Anyone can be a perpetrator of domestic abuse. This includes partners, ex-partners, family members, children under the age of 18 and adult children or siblings. This definition of domestic abuse also includes honour-based abuse and forced marriage, and it is clear that victims are not confined to one gender or ethnic group. Domestic abuse can encompass, but isn't limited to, the following types of abuse: economic or financial abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, and physical abuse. It's important to remember, however, that domestic abuse isn't always physical. Coercive control is an act or pattern of acts of assault, threats, humiliation and intimidation or other abuse that is used to harm, punish or frighten a victim. If you are worried that you or someone you know is a victim of domestic abuse, there are a number of organisations nationally and locally available to help you. Organisations such as Karma Nirvana, who support victims of honour-based abuse and forced marriage, Mankind, who support male victims of domestic abuse, LGBTQI+ victims can access Gallup. For parents experiencing child-to-parent abuse, there is PEGS. Some GP surgeries have the Iris Eye initiative, and there are sexual assault referral centres that offer medical, practical and emotional support to anyone who has been raped, sexually assaulted or abused. Staff can access their local domestic abuse policy or speak to their line manager or employee assistance programme for support. If you are worried you might be perpetrating abuse, then you can speak to the organisation Respect. If you are worried that you or someone you know is a victim of domestic abuse, you can call Refuge's National Domestic Abuse Helpline for free, confidential support 24 hours a day on 0808 2000 247, or you can visit refuge.org.uk. Or if it is an emergency, you can always call 999.